going to move into a little college basketball. There's a lot of good games today. We're gonna talk about a few here. First one is Florida is going into Austin, Texas. Florida 21-6 on the year. Texas 17-10. Florida is ranked number 7 currently. I feel like we've been talking about this Florida team a lot for about the past month about really how good they have been. They've also been a really good road team. They've like gone into to just national places and not just won. They have won large. They've just been getting the job done. Um, I think everybody knows by now they have a really good front court. Back court is not the best. They really don't make threes at a very good rate whatsoever, but they're also not taking many threes now. They're just playing through the front court and they're just getting the job done. I think Texas is going to be a very popular play to a day because Texas actually does also have a does also have a front court. So I think as far as the actual matchup, I think actually like a lot of people are gonna see that, and then actually Florida being on the road again here, and that's why this number has been bet down. You see, it is actually down to 5.5 now. Um, it was I know at least 7. It may have been
Mhm.
seven and a
I
half.
it's on FanDuel right now. It's currently plus 6.5, but
Oh,
depending, I
so
guess. Yeah, it just depends on every book
plus
has their own
yeah.
little.
This is kind of this kind of everywhere currently.
Yeah.
But man, with saying that, I am going to let you go first here.
Yeah. If Florida was home and neutral court, I'll probably have them close to double digits here. Since it's at home, depending on the line, if you could get Florida at a -5, I like that. Uh, but I think 6.5, I'm kind of flipping. This is not one of my favorite bets. I'm just gonna put that out and say that because the line is so close to what I have it at. It's kind of flippy floppy for me.
Mm,
But I'm gonna slightly lean, depending again. Uh, if it's 6.5, I'm gonna slightly lean Texas here because they could defend well, and Florida isn't a team that has a they have a top 5 defense, but their offense is not like, super powered. They're gonna be able to blow teams out the water. So I think it's gonna be a closer game. And I'll still slightly lean Texas plus 6.5 here. If you could get a 5, I'll probably switch to Florida, but
I hear
um,
you.
6.5 or higher, I'm going with Texas.
This Florida team, um, I mean, if the matchup was right, I guess I would. But for the most part, I'm not looking to really like bet against such a team here. What I will say though is I do think Texas, um, they have been able they have been able to actually like score the ball well. And I think against this team tonight, especially being home, I do think that they're going to be able to score here also. I also think Florida is definitely going to be able to also get theirs.
Mhm.
Um, this like total, I think it's a little bit low, guys. I think we get to at least 160 points here today. So I am going to play the actual like over. If you like trends, I mean Texas has just been an over team on the season. They are 18-9 to the over, 7-3 their last 10. Um, I mean, like all like trends point to that. This also there's a certain system. I'm not going to say exactly what it is because I am currently using it, but this also fits that. Before I actually dive over here, but why I think this total is down a little bit um, is because Texas, as far as their pace, last actually 10 games, it actually has slowed down. And I think
Mhm.
that's why, as far as this total, I think that's why it's actually down here. But I do think it is down a little too a low. So yeah, give me official play: Florida and Texas over 157.5. Now going to the next game, I know a lot of people are going to want to talk about this one. That's St. John's playing UConn. St. John's. They are hot. They are winning games. They are getting it done. They are 22-5 on the year. UConn is 25-3. This is a ranked on ranked um, matchup here. Um, these teams have actually already played this season, um, where St. John's won that game 81-72. Um, basically, St. John's, they never let actually like UConn, they never really like settled in like to that game. Like they just never let them. And UConn turned and they actually turned the ball over a ton. Way actually more than actually you would see here. Um, I think this is a very interesting game. Just because like as far as the matchup, it seems just like St. John's just seems to kind of have the edge here. I believe they've actually won the past three. Um, and St. John's is just hot. Like I said, they just seem to be playing good ball. But then when I look at it, when I look at the actual number that actually I make this, and then when I look at the stats, UConn is better almost everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere.
Yeah, I
Um,
have them better 8 points per 100 possessions essentially, which is a lot.
yeah. So that's what everything here is telling me. Everything is telling me here to bet the home team. Um, and UConn coach did actually he actually did actually call them actually out. Um, as as actually like as far as their offense goes, they've been fine there. But actually, like as far as our defense goes, that's what they got called actually out for. They actually played Nova last game out, and they won that game 73-63. Um, so as actually like as far as the defense finally like showed up, I think you see that tonight here also. So as far as the first game, like I said, that was 81-72. I don't think tonight's game is going to be, as far as the scoring, I don't think there's actually going to be as like much there. Um, Said a lot of things there to say that I could only play I could only play UConn here, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not really comfortable laying this number. Um, for me, if I was to play this game, it would be UConn, but it would be in it would be in a parlay. Not sure who with. I know Craig. I think he liked them paired with actually Arkansas, which I don't mind that because I think Arkansas not going to get into that game, but I think that they probably actually cover that. Um, so I don't mind that, but ultimately I don't know that I'm going to get in like involved here. So Nick, what are you thinking here?
Kind of on the same board with you. If this was close to a pick 'em or -3, -2, I'm definitely leaning UConn here.
Yeah,
5.5, 6. I think I even saw a book giving out 6.5. It's tough. That line's basically like talking to you, like, "Hey,
yeah,
we think UConn's gonna, you know, put them out." Like, kind of,
right,
especially in college. Like, I feel like a -5 could really be like a -8, theoretically, just because it's the way college basketball swings are. Um, with that being said, I think this is going to be more defensive matchup, kind of how you broke that
yeah,
down. Uh,
yep,
and I'm gonna lean the under here. I just feel like these teams are gonna slow down the possessions, look for a basket, and play defensively. And I kind of have this at a slight under, and I think that's probably if where I'm gonna lean for this game. I'm gonna take the under.
okay. Next thing the under here, that is that I like definitely have a strong lean there. Also, and also a strong lean to the Yukon side. Yeah, I think this, like I said, this is just a very interesting game because, like I said, just like saying like John's just playing so well.
Mhm.
But like I said, but then you pull up stats and it's like, okay, UConn is the way better team. So
Yeah.
definitely going to be an interesting one there.